This is my presentation on Canto 20 of Dante's Inferno, which takes place in level 8 of Hell in Bolgia 4. So, first of all, what are soothsayers and why are they in Hell? Well, soothsayers, among other similar people such as seers, diviners, and augurs, were able to predict the future. However, because of this, their punishment was to have their heads turned backwards to never see in front of themselves ever again. One important quote from Canto 20 is, "Now I must sing new griefs, and my verses strain to form the matter of the 20th canto of Canticle 1, the Canticle of Pain." This is important because it shows that even though Dante is not currently enjoying his journey through hell, he still stands strong and focuses on his end goal. Another important quote from Canto 20 is, "I wept. I leaned against the jagged face of a rock and wept, so that my guide said, 'Still? Still like the other fools? There is no place for pity here.'" This is important because Virgil points out that Dante keeps reacting the same way when seeing people in hell, and it would be more efficient to just move on. The third important quote from Canto 20 is, "Observe how he has made a breast of his back. In life he wished to see too far before him, and now he must crab backwards round this track." This is important because it explains to us the sinner's contrapasso and how it affects them. The sinners that Dante decided to put into this canto are Amphiaraus, who foresaw the death of everyone on the expedition against Thebes, Tiresias, who invented augury according to Pliny the Elder, Aruns, who predicted Julius Caesar's victory in the Roman Civil War, Monto, who was the daughter of Tiresias and also a seer, Eurypylus, who was an augur, Michael Scott, who was an astrologer and worked for Emperor Frederick II, Guido Bonatti, who was an astronomer and also worked for Frederick II, and Dante, who was a poor shoemaker and soothsayer. He predicted defeat of Frederick II. Soothsayers having their heads turned backwards in hell is fitting, but only in a figurative sense. Yes, they were able to figuratively see ahead of themselves, but that doesn't mean that they should have had their heads turned backwards. Instead, I believe that a more fitting punishment would be for them to go blind, only able to see their memories. A figurative crime shouldn't receive a literal punishment, but rather an equal and opposite punishment, such as the one I just proposed. Dante feels bad for the sinners in Canto 20, but this time he doesn't even interact with them. He only observes them and moves on. Like how Tiresias changed his gender from male to female and back to male, this is also characteristic of the 2020s with surgeries for transgender people. Fortune-telling is also a practice that is still held today, with people who read palms, flip tarot cards, and look into crystal balls. What may possibly have been intentional is that the protagonist of The Office is named Michael Scott, possibly in the likeness of the astrologer of the same name.